OMG, welcome back. Welcome back to Bossy Behavior. Okay, I know I've been gone. Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. I haven't been around since the beginning of this year, but I'm going to tell you why. So, let's have a little chat, update, sit down, grab your soda, grab your coffee, whatever time of day you're at, relax with some tea. Let's get into it. Basically, I was in the middle of my program at school and I was trying to be a great student. My commute was 3 hours each way, so I was commuting 6 hours a day on trains, buses, all these other things that were like so crazy, you know. I was commuting and it was really hard to edit. It was extremely hard to edit and be a great student and work at different places, volunteer, be free, be an assistant, do all those things. So I took a break and I just didn't even have the capacity to think about YouTube per se, Instagram, all of those functions. But she's back. And so I graduated. It was one of the most amazing experiences of my life. So glad I went to Toni and Guy LA. I got the most phenomenal education. I knew some things about hair and makeup and nails and skin and everything before I went, but then I learned a lot while I was there, and I also took outside education. Not to mention that this has just been the passion of my life. So it was really great. I love the people that impacted my life there greatly, dearly. They are phenomenal individuals. So I'm actually sitting in my very own hair studio. I know, girl, what? Oh my God, what? Yes. So I'm sitting in my own hair studio. It's called Bossy Bar. And I literally have been dreaming of this since I was a very little girl. And yeah, I will give you a studio tour if you guys, interact with me, take me back, love me again, because I have missed you as well. But, anyways, I'm going to update you on how this happened. That's part of this chat today. So, as I was finishing school, there was a salon that I was really, really, really connected to. And they were like, don't worry, we're going to give you a job. Like, you're not even going to have to be an assistant. You're going to have like your own chair. All these things are going to work out for you. This is how much you're going to get paid. This is where your prices can start. I mean, the whole rundown, right? And then I graduate and actually, factually, truly, as that beauty would say. If you don't follow her, you totally should. Yeah, they presented me a contract and they literally were like, yeah, you belong to us for the next 2 years. Excuse me, what? Belong to you? What does that mean? So that means I couldn't do any outside work. I could not be used by any other agencies on photo shoots. Anything that was not approved by them, I could not do. And I did not agree with that because I have done so many freelance opportunities and I just felt like it wasn't going to work for me for 2 years. The contract had some other things that I didn't really particularly like and that would have messed with my money depending on their choices. And so, as hard as that was, and as much of a dream location that most people would want to work in, especially in LA and especially with the credentials, I said no. Yeah, I said no. And, a lot of people in my industry were like, you're crazy. Like, 2 years. And there were a lot of people that were like, you just work the 2 years and you give it up. You move on. You say that you worked at this place. And I just didn't feel right. I didn't feel like that was the path that I was supposed to take. And I was kind of devastated. Like, dang, I thought that this is the way this is supposed to go. And so I started applying other places, and I went through weeks of the most horrible experiences that I have ever had. And I don't know if y'all out there that are hairdressers or in the industry are dealing with this stuff, but let me tell you something. It is hard, it is difficult, and it is trying, okay? So I'm so glad that I am the boss so I can empower you to be the boss and that I can hire people appropriately. Because let me tell you, it was, all right, I'm going to run down some experiences, okay? So I had a lady that I was supposed to have a interview with, and I get to the interview, and she's like, "Oh, it's Labor Day. I didn't think you were gonna remember. I don't really feel like doing an interview today because it's Labor Day." Excuse me. Then I'm like, "Okay, well, I was ready. I it doesn't matter that it's Labor Day." And she's like, "No, and you need to come back whenever I call and be available to that." I'm confused. Why would I come again when you called me this time and it didn't work out? So that was weird. Then I had another place that asked me, they double booked, and so they made a mistake. And then they said, double booked clients to do their hair. And then they were going to supposed to interview me. So they're like, "Oh, can you wait around for 3 hours?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." And like, "Well, never mind. Can you come back on this day?" Well, that was the day that I was actually picking up my diploma. And they were like, "Well, then you don't care about having a job." Okay. I have to exit school. Hello. So that was tough. And then they were like, "Assistant should be ready. You should be ready to assist right now." I wanted to kill somebody. So then, not only that, I was asked by an assistant for a particular person to assist them. They had to find their replacement. And when I said no to that, that turned into, "You're never going to be successful in this industry. No one's ever going to want you. You're never going to work on celebrities again. I'm going to make sure that you don't work on celebrities." Um, and it just was like a lot of that kind of nonsense. I had another salon tell me I didn't fit in with the aesthetic, that I was skilled, that they felt like I was ready to be a stylist, that I was strong. And I'm like, aesthetic, aesthetic. Well, then I'm like, okay, it has to be that I'm tan, right? Y'all know I'm a mixed girl because everybody else here isn't tan. So that was really, 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 and enter 5 more reallys, depressing. I was really, really sad about it. I was like, why did I go through all this for school just to be rejected over and over again? And at one point, I was in the car with my mom, and my mom said, "I hope that you're remembering all of these instances, because when you are in charge and you are the owner, I want you to remember this when it comes to hiring people, to not treat people this way." And I just was sitting there crying. I was just crying and crying, and I said, "I'm not going to find a job. I have, you know, things to do. I don't want to be held back. What am I doing?" So, yeah, I did all that stuff. Took state board. I did everything else that was on my checklist. I got my license. What? Lizzie got her license? Yes. And I have a car. Someone gave me a car this year for free. Insurance paid for a year. Like all of these amazing things. But I still wasn't clear on which direction to go. And then my beautiful, wonderful, amazing friend sent me a text message and said, "Hey, I think you should look into getting one of those suites." Now, mind you, I have been talking about the suites. I've been connected to an owner of one of the suites because of an event that I went to. They're like, "I think you would do great in a suite." I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know if that can work. That's so unusual. People don't do that straight out of school." But they're like, "You have business acumen, and this could work for you. Talk to people. Like, you have all the other sides of things, and you get continuing education all the time. Don't you pay for classes online as well as in person?" So I was just like, okay, yeah, that possibly could work. But when I went to look the first place, I didn't like it all. I was like, oh, I don't like the vibes in here. I don't like anything about the rooms. And then I arrived at the Phoenix Salon Suites. And it was just this peace. It was this entire peace of mind. I just felt like this was the right thing. I was like, I can see how we want the room decorated. Like, I just knew that it was the right thing. And actually, every single day, I was losing money. Every single day that I wasn't open, people were asking me, "When are you doing hair? Are you doing hair still? Where can I come to get my hair done? What are you doing?" I'm gonna have to go to somebody else. Those are the people that I already have been working on. Some people, like, they just wanted to try me and they just couldn't because I didn't have space. So I'm like watching hundreds, thousands of dollars just fly away every single day. So I met with the manager of the Phoenix Salon Suites. They took me on a tour. I let some of my mentors, investors, things like that know this is the choice that I was going to make. And then something miraculous happened and they all paid for it. I have not put Well, I put some dimes into it. Okay, I was gonna say I haven't put a dime into it. I'll put some of my coins down on it too. Okay, little here and there things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, within 24 hours, I had my deposit paid for me, as well as I had discounts from the actual studio place. I did buy myself a little mini fridge. You'll see that in the tour. It's cute. I've always wanted a mini fridge in my business office or hair suite. It's a weird milestone. It's probably like an entrepreneur nerdy get down type of thing, but it's one of my favorite things. So, yes. Yeah, I have literally not paid for anything. I did a meet and greet on this previous Saturday, and that was fun. And I just had a soft opening. I have a grand opening in January, and that's going to be so awesome. But I really did not expect for this route to present itself to me. And it gives me a little bit more free time as well to work on bossy behavior stuff, business things. I also have some courses I want to get to you guys. And so, like, that's my update, okay? I know that I have been MIA, and I know that I used to really enjoy this community. And those of you that follow me, I appreciate you. I honor you for encouraging me and pursuing me even when I wasn't able to make videos, and following me on Instagram and staying connected. So here's what I'm asking you to do. I actually genuinely care what's been going on in your life as well. If you can comment down below and let me know what's been going on with you, I'd love to see and know if anything great is happening, or if you're still trying to figure it out, that's fine too. Let's just chat today. So yeah, I have a few ideas of next videos to do, but if you have special requests, go ahead and enter those too. I am so glad to be back with you all. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Listen, and we're all on good terms, right? Okay. So until next time.